dealing with 404 errors, page not found, all on this edition of the Pest Geek Podcast.
Pull out your hose and grab your can. We're about to integrate another Pest Geek Podcast. Hi, everybody. Frank Hernandez here, and welcome to the Pest Geek Podcast, bringing you the latest information on pests, products, and politics from today's leading industry sources to help you start, manage, and grow your pest control business.
Good morning, fellow Pest Geeks, and welcome to the daily edition of the Pest Geek Podcast. I am your host, Frank Hernandez, here every day discussing all things pests. Hey, today we're going to be dealing with 404 errors, page not found. And most of you have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you've got a website, you definitely need to keep track of your 404 errors. And these are found, how you find out about them, you can do it a couple of ways. This is where you go into your Google Page Console, also known as googlewebmaster.com/webmaster. And in there, you register your web page and you can keep track of what's going on, everything, all that Google is finding on your site and finding wrong and tells you to fix. If you're hiring an SEO company and you have 404 errors, you need to fire your SEO company because they should be monitoring this and fixing this as it happens. There is tools that are available that let us know immediately when a 404 something happened. And how does this happen? Well, we're going to get into that. But before that, I want to remind everybody that please go ahead and follow us on Facebook, the Facebook group, Pest Geek Podcast Listeners Group. We're there. We're on YouTube. We're on the web at pestgeekpodcast.com. And we're pretty much everywhere you want to be. You know, we're kind of like Visa. So every platform that you can think of for podcasting, we're on there. But before that, I also wanted to talk about the daily edition of Harry Says. And Harry posted on Monday a fresh out the box post. You know, this is, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're going to release this, as it happens, late news. But in pest control products, by the way, if you want to be on a group that's all about pest control products, you love talking about pest control products, you need to know about pest control products. What is the latest products coming out? There's the pest control products group. And go ahead and join that group. I'm there. A bunch of guys are there. We talk about just products, okay? And so, it's a good group to be in. A lot of the latest things that you'll find, any new product is going to get released, is going to get probably released there first. Lots of vendors in that group, all discussing their product. And if you need help understanding the product, they can help you. They're there. So that is a great place to be. But Harry says, and I got him some really cool music, like Superfly, because he's Superfly. In case you don't know who Harry is, Harry.Bryan of Nices. I think he is the head, guy there, but nobody knows it. It's kind of like incognito, But he's a really good guy. He's the road warrior that goes out on the road to all the shows, seeing everybody at the shows. So if you're at a show, chances are you'll run into Harry. Harry says on Monday, okay, if you want to be successful, it's just this simple. Number one is know what you're doing. Yes, there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they're doing and they're failing. Number two is love what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing, please go do something else. He didn't say that. I said that. Number three, believe in what you're doing. Having the belief in what you're doing. And number four, manage your money. So next week, I will have some really cool music for Harry for this segment, which is very Superfly. So with that, we're going to get back to our main topic of the 404 errors. So like I said, if you have a website and you've got 404 errors, something went wrong. And what usually happens, here's what happens that you get a 404 error. You get to a page, you click a link on the search engine, and all of a sudden you get this page that says 404, page not found. And the page you're looking for is no longer here. Oh my God, this is embarrassing. Please forgive us. And don't bounce out. And then you go to the search bar and you look for the topic you're looking for, and voila, you find the page. What happens is that you either had a change in the URL, your address, something changed. So you either added, you changed your permalink setting, which I'll get into in a little bit, and somehow you were doing a silo restructuring, and now you have to redirect all of these links to the right one. And what you do is, what is a permalink? Well, it's the setting that it creates in permanently in what is known as the search engines. And sometimes we need to do like categories because we want to do siloing, which you should be setting up at the beginning. If you've got a web developer that doesn't set this up at the beginning, shame on him. He doesn't really know what he's doing. You need to really know this. There's so many people out there that are doing SEO and doing stuff, and they have the faintest clue. They had success with their site, and all of a sudden they decided, hey, I can make more money doing SEO than I can. And you're somewhere in like in the middle of Montana, population 33, and your site is number 1 on Google, and you think you're an SEO genius. I want you to come to a top 10 market and pull that one off. But yeah, most people have no clue what they're really doing. Everybody's becoming an expert overnight they don't have 10 years of experience, and they haven't messed it up 15,000 times to know what they're doing, but they're SEO experts. I have a lot of mistakes on my site. We just did that because the Pest Geek podcast was an experiment. So chances are, if you go to a page right now, it's not going to be there for the next couple of days. I did absolutely no SEO. I did no work on the website. I did nothing. I just posted stuff. And it took off. Serendipity. So now I got to go in and I got to do right silo structuring and all that. Well, I created a bunch by doing that and changing my permalinks to category and post, which is what you should set it to. You go to your when you're setting up a website initially, go to permalinks, and if you're doing a WordPress website, and then change it to category post. That should be the best setting that you should do it, so you can create categories and put everything in silos. And that way Google knows. The best way I can explain silos to you is this. Let's say you bought a bag of jelly beans. They're all mixed, right? Well, you look at them and they're all different flavors. They're all different things. They all mean different things. Well, Google is looking at your website if you don't have silo structuring, and he's looking at your website and saying, this is a bag of jelly beans. I don't know where anything is. So what you do is you take all the green jelly beans and you put them together in one place. So all of your ants, let's say you're talking about ants, all of your ant posts and your ant pages are under the category of ants. And therefore, Google knows as they're searching your site, they say, oh, all of these relate to ants. So what we're going to do is your ant page, your main ant page, we're going to go ahead and rank that. If you're linking to it, we know what it's all about. Kind of, that's the best way. And so what you do is all the red jelly beans are in one silo, all the blue and so on and so on. We had to do that because we didn't have any categories. We just had one category, which was podcasting. And I had to create some. And then by doing that, we created some, we have to now do what is known as a 301 redirect, because you'll link to it and it's no longer there where it used to be. We moved it. And Google doesn't know that we moved it. So we got to tell Google we moved it. So what we did is we create what is known as a 301 redirect plugin. Now you can get this from your WordPress. It's not hard. Get the first one that has like 900,000 downloads on it, 301 redirect plugin, and then just take the site that Google Webmaster Console is telling you that you don't have, and put that in there, and then put the new address, and what it'll do is you'll just redirect it to the right place, so you don't get an error. That will, Google will penalize you for that. So right now our site I'm not really concerned because it's not really in a ranking stage. We're getting it ranked, and we're targeting everything that we're doing on that site to get it to rank and be number one wherever we want it on that category. So that's what you need to do with a 301 redirect. You need to monitor it. There's a plugins that you can put, a lot of the good, some of the good SEO plugins that are there will have a 404 notice and a 301 redirect already in it. If not, just put a 404 monitor on it, or have your webmaster do it. And then every time you got a stack of 20, you can give them a call and say, hey, by the way, can you fix those 404s for us? Nobody can find those darn pages because something got changed. Sometimes you'll change the name of it, and you'll change the URL permalink. And if you do that, you got to do a 301 redirect. If not, nobody's going to find it. So that's the SEO podcast for today on this SEO Mastering SEO series. And if you got any questions, hey, shoot us a line, go online, message me. People are shocked that I answer. I had one gentleman who asked me a question 2 weeks ago, and he says, "Oh my God, you answered." Yes, I'm not the president. At least I'm not the president of the United States or any other country that is in chaos right now. But so just, shoot me a line, shoot me a message. The best thing is go to comment on the group. If you comment on the group and there's a question, I try to answer very, very quickly on those. I'm monitoring those very closely, so I can troll people that annoy me. No, I don't do that. I don't troll anybody. Go ahead and feel free to roast me, disagree with me, tell me what we can do better. We just had a great comment from Canada saying, hey, the stuff that you're doing is great. It's just a lot of the stuff that you're talking about, labels and legals, doesn't apply to us. And, that's stuff I need to know because I want to be global. I want to be everywhere. I want to be like Visa. And I want you not to leave home without me. So you can also be like American Express. So, guys, I will thank you for listening, and I will see you again tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to the Pest Geek Podcast. If you have enjoyed the Pest Geek Podcast, please give us a rating, write a review, or subscribe to the channel. You can join the Pest Geek Society by visiting pestgeekpodcast.com. Thank you for listening. See you next time.